I'm Joanna Bazalgette. I'm a Dementia Action Alliance Coordinator for the Alzheimer's Society.
My name is Anne Almond. I am a carer full-time for Kevin, who is my husband, who has been diagnosed 3 years ago with Parkinson's with Lewy bodies, which is a form of dementia.
My name is Anne Wilson and I live with my husband Donald Wilson in Sidling St Nicholas near Dorchester. I'm his carer, and Donald unfortunately has Alzheimer's and has had it, I think, for the last 6 years.
Hi, my name's Christine Shimpey. I'm 55 years of age. I live in Bedminster, Dorset, and I have Alzheimer's.
Hi, my name's Paul Draper. I'm 72 years of age, and I live in Boyd Road with my wife of so many years, I can't remember. 50 years.
And I'm Jasmine, his wife. We moved here about 18 months ago to be near our family. My husband's got dementia, and we're living with it.
He's just not the same person he was. He was very outgoing and quite loud, but today he's very quite withdrawn and very quietly spoken, to the point where people really struggle to understand what he's saying. But that is part of the condition. But now, of course, I'm having to do everything, which obviously includes things like the gardening and the driving, paying of all the bills. So there's been a great role reversal, and I think it's sad for Kevin, because to me he seems to be left out of so much.
Dementia is an umbrella term for a collection of diseases of the brain. The most common is Alzheimer's disease. There's also vascular dementia, frontotemporal dementia and Lewy bodies, but there are nearly 200 different types of dementia. There are multiple symptoms. The most common, and the one that most people know about, are memory problems. But there are problems with spatial awareness. Some people can get very confused, some people can wander, but depending on the different type of person, you're going to get a different set of symptoms.
You really have to be very patient and do what you can to actually make that person feel as comfortable as you can and make life easier for them. The result is that you are not necessarily looking after yourself, and it's a very difficult balance to achieve. It's not a very pleasant illness. In fact, it's quite cruel, because it really does rob you of the person that you knew, and it's not easy to live with. The way I cope with it is first and foremost to have accepted it and been thankful that it wasn't worse than it could be, and actually just getting on with it, taking each day as it comes, and crossing each problem and resolving it as and when it happens. We go into Wetherspoons quite regularly to have our lunch. It is a really nice experience. We go in and can always find a suitable table. The staff are very friendly. The food is very good and good value for money. We quite often meet friends in there, which is nice. We're quite well known in there, so it makes it overall a nice experience. And the staff do respond very well to Kevin's problem and do keep a lookout for him. So overall, it's a pub that I'm quite happy to go into. We did have one instance where he has knocked over a cup of coffee, and I found the staff at Wetherspoons were fantastic, the way they responded to it. It was mopped up immediately. We didn't feel uncomfortable, and they replaced the coffee, which was rather nice, for free. When Kevin and I go out, sometimes it can be difficult, but I've handled it when we're in a situation that is difficult to cope with by actually telling the person that Kevin has dementia, and it just turned the situation around. Maybe I'm overprotective, and I think that's the role reversal that happens with dementia. The carer, to a certain extent, becomes the mother or the father of the person that has the dementia.
The Dementia Friendly Initiative is aiming to get to a situation where all shops, services, businesses, other organisations, so schools, hospitals, GP surgeries and so on, have all got a really good knowledge of dementia and how they can help people.
Yeah, but a couple of good experiences we've had has been at the bank. We have had problems with Kevin actually losing his bank card, and the girls have been really, really, really good and pleasant about it and laughed about it and said such thing as, oh, it's the sort of thing we do. We never had a problem at the bank, but again, I've made them aware of the situation. The girls at the bank know and know us, and therefore no problem whatsoever. Very pleasant, very helpful. I have to say that overall the experience of the bank is always very satisfactory, because I've never hidden that Kevin has dementia, and I've told them when we have had a problem, I would just like them to treat us normally and with respect.
Well, it's nice to see you. All right, as usual. All right. If there's anything else, just give me a shout. All right, will do. I'll be around to the banking. All right. Thank you very much. Nice to see you.
We're not asking people to make huge changes within their environments. What we're asking people to do is just have a little look around their business and see what it is that might be changed in order to make it easier for people to use that premises.
I made Paul go to the GP, like all good wives, I suppose, because he was constantly asking me the date and the time repeatedly in the day. So, and it sort of moved on very fast from there.
I have dementia, but it's not mine, you know, and I can sling it away when I want it to. It's got no room. I've got no room in my life for it, so and I just carry on, and my wife picks up the pieces.
Yes, it is a huge, life-changing thing for us. I am his carer, but also his wife, so you've got to find, it's nursing somebody that you love and been living with for 50 years, a whole different way of life.
It's something that I'm not happy about. It's because I've always prided myself on being able to make my own decisions and do what I want to do when I want to do it. I don't have any people around here that I can communicate with effectively. I miss that camaraderie. I have chums that ring me up from time to time, and they don't want me sort of moaning in their ear that you know I'm lonely or you know whatever. When I first was diagnosed with a condition, my son gave me a trilogy of books. What's the author? Count of Monte Cristo. You know, I was happy when I could read. As my condition worsened, it's not a visual thing, but I know I couldn't read these great books anymore that I'd loved so much, and they were his books. And then one day he came in, picked them up and put them away and put them away. He didn't say anything, and I've never said anything to him, but I found that really, really hurtful. But not from a point of him doing the wrong thing. It was just another chunk of my ability was being taken away. But it was nobody's fault. Well, I go and get the paper in the morning. Every morning I go and get the paper. I have a stick, but it's for other people, not for me. It's just to let them know that I'm around. I feel it's just another comfort thing, really.
Now that Paul can go out on his own, and I haven't got to worry about too much about the traffic. People will be aware when he crosses the road, and I do find that if he has something on him about his person, just to inform everybody that he's got dementia.
Well, I'd like people to treat me the way they would treat anybody else. I mean, you know, just treat everybody with respect, dignity, and whatever. And if you can't do them any good, don't do them any harm. End off. You know, I mean, that's the way I live my life. I don't go up to people and say, "Excuse me, I've got dementia." You know, so they'll never know.
But when Paul goes to a shop, like the newsagents, he has the exact money and everything, so it's not a problem, and they're very understanding there.
And then I just go up to the paper shop and have a bit of banter with the people behind the counter. Have a bit of a laugh. How are you?
How are you today?
Oh, great. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Lovely day.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Can't complain.
Well, you can, but nobody listens.
Always. Yeah, it's 460 check.
Lovely. Thanks a lot. Cheers. See you later.
Cheers. Have a nice day.
Cheers. But I would say to, you know, just basic people, the general public, I found, when you talk to them and you explain your situation, they are really quite helpful. As soon as I said, "Excuse me, wonder if you can help me, I have a slight problem with dementia and I'm a little bit confused about something, could you tell me," etc. And they take over and then give you to someone in authority, put you in touch with someone in authority, and that's the reaction I've had from the general public. I've had lovely blonde ladies suggest if I was okay. That was very nice.
I think generally most people that are running businesses, well, transport and everything, have all been very helpful. Like when we've been on holiday recently, Paul got lost, and I got lots of help from the travel rep. They were very quickly on the case and helped us out. So. And that was a bit frightening at the time, but
not for me.
Got over it.
It's quite an adventure.
Well, we found the best way to handle most things is to laugh about. Like, if Paul has a problem dressing mainly, he'll come, he's put on the wrong thing or he hasn't got it on right, or we just make a big laugh of it, because that's the only way, because if you take it all serious, oh dear, it would be awful.
Yeah, I don't take anything serious anymore.
You can't.
You're here for a limited time. For God's sake, it's wonderful. Laugh about it, you know?
We're in a fortunate position, I suppose, in a way, because Paul's got me. But if people on their own that have got dementia, it would be more difficult, wouldn't it? I don't know.
What you should also know that I've got you.
Yes, well, vice versa then, yeah.
I've got dementia, you know, it's like a boil on the backside, you can't see it. You know, it only hurts when I sit down.
An Alzheimer's Society survey established that after diagnosis, 47% of people who are living with dementia no longer feel part of their community. What I would really love to see is that figure becoming obsolete. I would like to see people with dementia using their community and using it in a way that they feel comfortable. So they are being treated with inclusion, with dignity and with respect, which we all deserve.
Dementia for me means that I don't remember things. If I'm having a conversation, the immediate response isn't always there from me because I don't remember what they've said to me. So I'll ask them again the question, and then I have to answer straight away. I haven't got time to think about it because when I start thinking about it, I've forgotten the question. I get very tired. I'm on Aricept, which is to me a wonder drug, but it does make me extremely tired. But I still am active, and that is vital to me and vital to my way of life. On a day-to-day basis, I can manage by myself. The only problem is I lose things, and that's a big problem. I'll take something out of the cupboard, I'll put it down, and it's almost like I get a non-recognition of what it is I'm looking for, and that's how I explain it to other people. It is a non-recognition. I wander around and it could be there, it could be there, it could be anywhere, but it's in front of me. And I'm just not accepting that is what I'm looking for. 2 minutes later, it pops up and I recognise it. So it makes it very different. I do laugh about it. I also get very annoyed about it because it's so frustrating. When I am out shopping, I'm very aware of myself. I'm very aware of the things I'm doing and the fact that I might wander around the same shop time and time again. I think the people in my town, they've got to know me, and therefore if I go in 3, 4, 5 times a day because I've forgotten the item that I wanted, they just accept it. I'm very aware of other people's attitudes towards me, and I always have been, but I think probably with the diagnosis I become more sensitive to things, so I'm very aware of people looking at me in a strange way, especially if I'm going into particular shops and I'm going in there time after time after time because just for one article because I've forgotten to get it. It's a bit embarrassing for me, and sometimes I do get upset, and I become nervous and anxious because of that, because I'm thinking of what